on a go ball. Watch him go. Look, he's taken off. He's gone, right? Nope. Look at him decel and then come back to the football.
And then come back in on the slant. See him release outside? And look at that shake right there. This is why he was...
Break about when are they going to start maybe taking some shots? 1st and 10, a great time to do it. Man-to-man coverage. You get an opportunity.
Goes up. Oh, man, what a route. Jalen McCulley puts him on.
Coverage one-on-one. Jalen Johnson on Christian Watson. Beautiful slant route.
Same page. It's a bust in the coverage on the back end. Dak Prescott sees it, makes the throw, and they get the touchdown.
Line of scrimmage, so watch him right here. He's going to press outside, back up. There's the little stumble you talked about. Xavier Watts, 31, terrible angle. Terrible angle coming down from the safety spot.
Playing man-to-man, he is going to burn you, and you see it right here. Great little stutter by Fannin, then he gets to go, and look at how...
And they connect for 55 yards.
Yes, October 26th. You're exactly right, Jim, and guess what?
This is something we call a Yankee concept. He fakes that little shallow right there like he's going to block. You've got a post going away.
Blink of an eye short, but just talking about Pickens and the route running. Look at this route by Jameson Williams. And then he comes back to the football.
A gain of 23 yards.
And how quickly was offensive coordinator Drew Petzing ready to talk about how well Michael Wilson has done. He doesn't.
This is what Gesicki does best, this time aligned on the nickel back. Johnson, and it's his ability to go up, Joe, and high point the ball. He's a...
All games still a positive, right? So there are players you can work with, and that is a very nice throwing.
You talk to Al Golden. They love him. 3rd year in the league, just continues to get better. He leads the entire NFL in passes defense.
There's Puka's the outside man, and you're just watching him run this corner route.
You're going to see Sutton one-on-one. Watch the move. He gets him outside, Porter to jump there. Now he wins the route on the inside, and it's Porter's right.
Great throw, great catch. One-on-one coverage. What do we say? You give him man-to-man, he's going to beat you. That's on Woods. High point the ball.
Inside, and now it's a matchup against Cam Lewis. We saw earlier in the second half.
Watch what CeeDee Lamb does to DJ Reed. Right there, it's over. Now he puts the hand up, throw it. I got it. And here's where the penalty comes in because the ball's underthrown. The guy that was questioned whether or not he'd be able to play with the ankle, you go to him. He's been making plays all night. He goes up there against Deron Bland.
Mate, watch this. It's going to be a quick little out and up. He's able to get inside the corner.
Boy, he did.
That's a walk-in. Maybe a little bit too hard.
The field goal unit, now they retreat to the sideline. They're going for it.
That's a perfectly thrown ball. It's just...
And another fastball that's up high. The one got through his hands for the interception. This time he makes the play. Almost an identical.
It's using his legs. You've got to account for him with these linebackers so they can't get the depth. And now that may...
And he's right. Number 33 as McConkey comes off, and he's in man coverage, but he does a great job of locating the football. He knows that Herbert's gotten out of the pocket.
I tell you, this is a great matchup right here. This is athletic freak versus athletic freak. And remember we talked on that opening drive. Kyle Pitts has got to make those.
Great throw. Jaden Reed on Gardner Johnson stems him up and then across. And with Reed's speed.
And you're going to see as he comes up the field, he uses his body when he's going to pivot out of this. He kind of bangs on him like you would in basketball to create some separation.
Yeah, you've got inside leverage, and watch him just win here and then get across the football field on Baker. Watch. Stab, slap, swim, crossing route over the top, and beautifully thrown by Sanders. And then one thing Jerry Jeudy could do.
And he's out there as a receiver. They motion him. Create the matchup on the inside against 26 Bland, and this is what separates him. Instead of going out, Bland went out of bounds. You to go different players into the same area. St. Brown this time one-on-one matchup against Bridges. Easy, able to pull away the two linebackers. One blitz, the other one.
Yeah, and it's just a little short, little yo-yo motion to get leverage, and it's just F choice. He can break.
And another takeaway for Miami.
This is a great pick. And he just one-handed takes it away.
We said, tell us. He goes, man, we really like this kid. He's going to continue to play more and more. Christian Benford, Hairston, we believe that.
Waddle running away
from Brandon Stevens, and that's a tough coverage right there for Stevens across the field against a receiver.
Pre-snap that he liked and just said, hey, go run right by him. You see Tre'Davious right, he's kind of waiting at the sticks, thinking it's going to come out. Nice job by Gesicki. Watch Cam Lewis here. The second he voids in his zone, see how Gesicki just gets his eyes around?
Yeah, again, just talking about this rhythm, you're going to move Hawkinson just to try to get him leverage on this outcut. Of course, you got Justin Jefferson outside. Just a trap.
Again, drops it in the bucket. Watch the late hands here by Brian Thomas Jr. He doesn't flash him until the very last.
Response from this offense. Bowers on the inside right here. We talk about him often lining up outside. When he's on the inside, it forces different guys to cover him. Talanoa, Hufanga sitting in there expecting some help on the outside, but tight ends have killed them because they've gotten matchups with these.
He's very smooth in and out of breaks. He's got a great feel. He's got change of pace where
Sean Payton will send out his field goal unit.
Just outside of his reach. He had Evan Ingram sitting down right on the goal line and possibly could have.
Collins just outrunning everybody.
And McDuffie, the top corner on this Kansas City team, one of the best in the league, is the player.
Devontae Adams, the best thing he does is beat press man off the line of.
What a good catch by Cortland Sutton. Runs this out route on the outside. Raiders are bringing pressure.
22 seconds remaining.
And if you know anything about Matthew Stafford, his best throws are outside the numbers.
And really, there was enough space there. If Mahomes had really let him, that might have gone the distance there. But they run that route better than anybody.
Gonna want to see. He inserts through the line and makes it tough on Barron to cover him. Hufanga comes out of the middle.
Watson on Byard. Not a great matchup for Byard. You see Watson's speed. Kinney in pursuit is all the way on the backside of this play. He's got a post, and then he just flattens it out and runs away from McKinney.
And then it opens up that space for A.J. Brown coming across the field. I mentioned that they're near the bottom of the league in run after the catch. To bite just enough. Take a look at him right here, and just that little play action, and he's anticipating hitting the run, and it just frees up Goddard for a nice pickup.
You got to believe they were going to give Caleb a chance to run it. The bootleg to the left. Komet gets behind him, and Caleb not enough on that ball. Nixon recovering.
Lay it a little bit, and sometimes that's not always easy to do when you are moving to your left the way that he was. But this thing, he definitely had some.
And here's Melton in the slot. It's a kind of a variation of cover two, but there's nobody on the back half of the field.
Is under pressure. Goddard was the one guy. Again, these shallower throws are what has kind of been there, but the timing just hasn't been quite in sync. And it's not just this game, it's really been.
What a throw from Justin Herbert.
Yeah, he definitely has the arm to just about do anything he wants to with a football.
Here's that final play.
Well, watch Cam Hart. It's the zone coverage, so he's got eyes on Hurts. He sees the throw. He falls back underneath it, gets his hands on it, and then the
interception. You see that late, but here's Luther Burden, the young receiver, finding a hole in the zone. And finally, Jaden Reed going across the field, wide open, just kind of locked in on a backup corner. Just a little hand fighting.
With Tarheeb still in coverage, it was there, they couldn't connect.
Well, it's great protection. As you see, Jalen Hurts, he has all day in the pocket, and it's just A.J. Brown. He's just trying to give his quarterback a place to go with the football. He ran the original route. Ball didn't come out. Everybody was covered up.
And then Christian Watson on Gardner Johnson on the slant. And that's just an open space. You put all those bodies at the line of scrimmage like the Bears defense did. And there's booting outside to the right. And there's Wiley, who's typically a run blocker.
And they're going to call it incomplete.
Oh, Darnell Mooney just got to have that feel of where he's at on the sideline. Great job.
Check it or not, nope, let's just take the timeout.
So there's Jackson Smith and Jigba. There's A.J. Terrell on him. He's playing outside coverage because he's got Jesse Bates over the top. So you've got a 2-on-1 over there. Well, what do you got to do? We got to get to number 2 in progression. If you're going to play it that way, there's going to be.
And doing it in the passing game, Michael Wilson is now the number 1 option at wide receiver because Marvin Harrison Jr. is out today.
Jason, he batted that one down almost like he was insulted that they threw it in his direction. He's like, really?
Good Hunt, watch this one. Not only is he going to get flipped around by a guy who can run about a 4.25, he is going to be able to find the ball again and make a play. All these guys in the second. Does he catch up? Watch him punch it out. Perfect right hook, right onto the ball.
And then just watch this route. He's going to go up and back inside. And this is a nice break by Buda Baker. Jalen Thompson was playing.
Yeah, just a timing route. It's a speed out right there. And that's great defense by Josh Joe, because that's a well-run.
Over and becoming a defensive back late in his progression. 4.3 speed. Everything is out in front of him.
I think I've ever seen. He's going to tip the ball. Watch this. He's going to tip the ball up in the air and then somehow find it and circle back and make the interception.
Hand fighting with each other, and the official said, you guys get to determine it yourselves. You see that? Yeah. Both had hands on each other.
You're watching him go up, and now he's being challenged by Buda Baker, and Buda's just too short. It's good.
Let's take a look all the way to the ground. Not a lot of arguing.
Right there.
Yep.
Changed, and it's not enough for a first down.
Jason, you picked up on it clearly. Didn't have possession at the catch. So now as he's bobbling it, when he finally has full possession, he's back behind the line to gain.
Jacoby Brissett going to his third option. Don't usually see that, and Nate Landman comes in there, gets the pass.
Pickett just puts this right over top of the safety before Hufanga can get there. That is just excellent ball placement.
There's Puka right there in the slot, and what you're going to see is he goes, he reads his zone. One thing I've always liked about him, he reads coverages just like
his rookie season.
Jason, I used to, look, as a DB, you always feared speed. But you know what frustrated me?
Puka on the inside, and as I mentioned, he reads the coverage just like Staff.
Now take an eye on it right here. You had some pressure coming off the corner. There's your answer. They throw right into the blitz, and as he's going, it looks like it.
And McBride is going to go and just running a little seam, and you notice how he spaces the defense, and that's.
If you're Geno Smith, you want to start looking for Bowers on the outside. Surtain took him and then came right back across the middle. Going.
Sutton found the ball. Porter didn't, huh, Jason?
Yeah, and those are the ones that are so tough to cover. He's running just a straight line route, and Sutton does such a good job of looking back over that inside shoulder.
Yeah, you just lose him. You got Cooper Kupp there. I don't know if that's where all the eyes went, but you can see right there as he crosses the field, Mike Hughes is. And don't feel your way. I mean, you've got great breakaway speed for a guy that size on the in run, in stride by Kirk Cousins. Just go. You had an opportunity to split that. Yeah, one of the big things for Kyle Pitts now is kind of getting into that wing position, that traditional tight end. You see him right there. Releases into the C gap. How many times do we see Puka Nacua? One of the things that you heard Raheem Morris talk about this week and why they're in the position
for him was working at the wide receiver spot.
Yeah, and it's not just a situation where he's coming out to do these quick screens and stuff. You can see right.
Especially on natural grass, it can be tough, but he gets in there.
He didn't. You're going to see him extend the play, and then you're going to see coming out of coverage 41 Wilson there, and it just makes him have to hurry the throw. But Pierre.
Big on fourth down and then third down.
This is a great play design, and Flowers comes out and uses his skill set.
It's Baker on the sideline, but, I mean, gets him stacked right off the bat. And one thing about Cedric.
Like, he's an incredible blocker. Great patience here, but watch this. He's going to flatten this and come back downhill, and then Rodgers throws it low where only his guy can catch it.
Yeah, and you can see the inside release right here by Bond. He can really run, and great job coming.
We're going to go field goal.
This is his only route he could have had right there. But do you want to throw that? It's probably going to be tackled short. So at that point, he looks, decides, everyone else covered. It's a coverage sack.
From DK, he's going to come across the middle, but this is perfectly thrown. Watch him as he breaks in right there.
3rd and 5, Pierre on the coverage.
Well, you said it was Andrews' time. He decides to take the shot outside. We're saying he needs some, but watch this right here. It's 3rd and 5. Boom, there's no one inside. That's a catch, 7 to 10 yards, but Lamar decides to take the shot out.
Ignition by Trevor Lawrence, knowing there's a free hitter off the edge. He's going to spin out the backside, buy himself some time, and deliver a dart. Has to turn his whole body, get his hips around.
That's not a 50-50 ball to me. That's an 80-20 ball in favor of Justin Jefferson. Throw it. So I think it's really just location. Try to leave that ball out.
28. What a throw and what a catch. And to get the feet down and in. just outstanding by DK Metcalf. And finally, they are using
time to go back that way. So you think to yourself, oh no, he's throwing across his body back across the field, but this is how it was designed.
Timing throw on the bottom of your screen just runs right by him, and the ball's out so early.
He's going to drop back in here. You can see him right here. Watch him drop and then read the quarterback's eyes. Stop, put his foot in the ground, come back. Try to affect that.
After the quick change.
Yeah, they absolutely needed that. And look, I think they just got he just attracts so much attention. He's going to take two, which is then going to leave Jordan Addison underneath, which honestly is a great ball placement. Looked like
he said, no substitutions, get up on the ball. I saw this.
It's on the shoulder. It's kind of just stuck there. And he's still dragging the feet.
I mean, that is
super effort. He pinned it against the pad.
Outstanding.
Great job by DK. By the way, it's another more than 20 yards down the field.
Perfect drop back, and this is one thing Sanders has when he finds that one-on-one opportunity. Beautiful touch pass layer to the tight end. The Joku, that is perfect.
He had to extend to haul that in, and Darrell Baker Jr., they're beat up in the secondary, but he's the Titans' best cover guy.
That'd be 50 from Lamar, which would make it the 5th all-time quarterback tight end combo to reach.
But you play him down in the red zone, he gets a little depth and then pushes back into the receiver.
To make a brilliant catch, 39 yards.
Wow! Watch this. You can't blame the coverage. That's fantastic coverage by Mooney Ward. Just an incredible ball and even better catch by Brian Tucker. Handled a poor snap, and Pittman's just going to run underneath Warren, who's kind of clearing out space. And you see Devin Lloyd slide a little wide.
Get Jerry Jeudy coming across the formation here in that intermediate zone. Nicely done.
Pushes the pocket, and that makes Rodgers have to throw this barely before he wanted to, and almost.
He gets another one here.
Yeah, big, strong-arm guys that like to throw fastballs. This is the type of throw that needs to be made in order to get it all the way to the side. Yeah, this is a nice job. Again, you're not expecting pressure. You're expecting a lot of defenders dropping out, which is exactly what the Vikings did. But just watch.
Well, you'll see the fake, and right here, just an excellent job. See that hit by number 40 Buchanan? They were prepared for this. And at the top, that's
a first down.
Look at how much space he has off the line. This is just simple. If the DB is going to play that far off,
it's going to be man-to-man. Flowers does a good job getting outside, but Eccles gets his head around perfectly, and that's great defense.
But Jaden Daniels just layers this throw. Corner bites on.
We're there for Indy.
Brian Thomas Jr., the Colts are running a zone defense, and he just gets in the middle.
He kind of finds his rhythm. That's really the trust and anticipation.
Matchups, he's just big, he's long. Now here he is working against Hairston, the young corner, and tell you what, Gesicki throughout his...
More importantly, in comes the field goal unit.
And now they're going after the rookie. You saw him, this time he just falls, loses his balance. Boy, is he fortunate that that ball went out of... If I'm a defender, do you feel threatened that he's going to go downfield? It almost looks like he's running just a route. He's just jogging downfield.
About as well as the position can be played. There is a flag down, but again, this is just scramble drill. Wow. Stay in the vision of your...
The ball, and when he does, he loses where CeeDee Lamb is. Watch him turn over his right shoulder. Now he's beat. And if the ball is thrown downfield, Dak for some reason just lost that into the boundary. But
Jordan Poyer, he thought he saw this route coming. Gesicki goes vertical, and Jamar Chase just uses running through his wake, and Poyer's trying to knock the ball out and can't.
The field. 12-yard gain by Godwin, and as you say, in the middle of the field.
Well, you see a slip by the corner there, trying to break
the tick. Ideally, you'd love to get a score on the plus side of the 2-minute.
Ball by Isaiah Oliver, and we just talked about the linebacker.
See Higgins, he starts all the way at the top of the screen, working on Christian Benford. And then right when Burrow kind of sends him, you see he does a little slide, a little hockey stop.
But Dawson Knox having one of his better games of the year.
Yeah, it's the exact play they ran for the first play of the entire game. Dalton Kincaid, he's going to run a little inside seam route, just trying to throw that ball away from Battle.
Boy, that's one the Jets would have liked to have had.
I mean, Douglas was all over it. I mean, you can't play press coverage any better than that.
With the backside or wrapped around the waist, that right arm, but the official's right there on the call.
I'll tell you what, that's a great job by the secondary of the Bengals. Soft coverage. Just a lot of bodies. You see they got two on Keon Coleman. Now scramble drill. Kincaid's trying to get back into the vision of the quarterback, and they teach defensive players to play.
Got to know you can't get away with this. This is a stutter go. Douglas doesn't fall for it. And with a corner in that kind of a position, you just can't throw that football, and a wasted opportunity by the New York Jets.
Watched it match up here in the interior and watch him win. That is a tough ask there against Quinnen Williams, but he does a heck of a job. Hand-to-hand combat wins. Goff is, again, decisive, getting the ball out there to Jammo for that first down.
Goff now 18 of 26 for exactly 200 yards. Halfway through the third quarter. Gibbs bottled up as he crosses the line of scrimmage.
Joe Burrow, that's like a heat check. You know, like in basketball, a guy's made like 4 3-pointers in a row, and he just comes back and he just takes the next open look. Taron Johnson gets a lot of depth. Sample, the other tight end, he's in the flat. And an early down, just probably check that one down. And
yeah, really an excellent. Watch Rasul Douglas. He's the cornerback, just reading the eyes of Taylor. And almost.
And watch the eyes of the rookie, 34, Rebel Gravel. Just kind of looking at the quarterback. No real feel. What a job of climbing a ladder and then finishing on the play with those strong hands. That gives him a real shot here after that second long. Now you're at 3rd and 9 after the catch.
A little bobble, hold it in. 3.5 to go in the third. 3rd down and 9.
This ball out. You'd love to see Pickens with a little bit more intensity there on that route, then work back to the football.